Thank you, Madam President. And I want to thank Senator Murkowski for her hard work. For the Alaskans who are watching what just happened here, it's kind of quick but important. The United States Senate just passed our bill, the PVSA Suspension Act, that is going to give our tourism season and the thousands of Alaskans in that industry, and the hundreds, if not thousands, of small businesses who are hanging by a thread, a fighting chance for this summer. A fighting chance for this summer. So that just passed the United States Senate. It's going over to the House. So again, I want to thank Senator Murkowski for her leadership on this. And of course, the senators that she met who mentioned that were very engaged: Senator Lee, Senator Markey, Senator Blumenthal, Senator Cantwell, Senator Wicker. You know, Madam President, this to me is an example of the United States Senate working at its best. At its best. What was going on here and what we did for the last several weeks is we went to all of our colleagues and said, look, we have a unique problem right now. The great state of Alaska, we're so proud of how we've done in terms of getting through the health aspects of this pandemic, but our economy is getting crushed for a whole host of reasons I've talked about on the floor here many, many times. And one of the huge areas is the tourism sector, in the unique challenges we have with the borders being closed by the Canadians, not helpful, the cruise ship industry not being able to move, and the millions of passengers we were expected to come to Alaska on cruise ships. So we were going to each senator saying, look, we know you have big philosophical differences on some things that relate tangentially to this issue, but right now this issue is very narrow. Help us help our constituents. That's it. It's not going to impact any other state. And to our colleagues' credit, all of them, they said, okay, Senator Murkowski, Senator Sullivan, we'll help. And that's a good spirit of cooperation. We essentially went to them and said, hey, if your state had a problem uniquely focused on just your citizens, we'd help you. And so that's what you just saw here. It took a little while. That's okay. Nothing moves fast in the United States Senate. But so that's a step forward, an important step forward. But we still have work to do, as Senator Murkowski mentioned. This bill right now is going to be heading over to the House, right now. And we certainly hope, with the great leadership of the Dean of the House, Congressman Young, and all his relationships in the House, that the House is going to show the same cooperative spirit that we just witnessed here on the United States Senate floor. So we're hoping for that. That's the next step. But as Senator Murkowski mentioned, we're working all kinds of different angles. Plan B, Plan C, Plan D. We need the CDC to continue its progress, finally. Frustrating, but finally. They need to continue to provide detailed guidance to operationalize their lifting of the no-sale order. And as Senator Murkowski also mentioned, we're going to continue to work with our friends in Canada. Oh, Canada. Now, you know, in Alaska, we have one neighbor. We don't have any of our wonderful lower 48 states as neighbors. We have Canada. We don't really include Russia, Canada. So I would say the Alaska delegation is probably the most pro-Canadian, certainly the most knowledgeable about Canada issues of any delegation in the United States Congress. We work to help them out on issues, big issues, small issues, trade issues, NORAD military issues, mining. We have a great relationship, the Alaska-Canada relationship. But to be frank, we're not getting a lot of help right now. Borders closed, fully closed. We think that's pretty draconian, to be honest. Alaskans are having a hard time even driving home to get through Canada. We put forward a number of very reasonable suggestions to try to accommodate what we are hoping will be a fighting chance for our tourism season, for our small businesses that have been so decimated by this pandemic, to our colleagues in Canada. Reasonable compromises in the event that we don't make progress here. We're making progress here in the United States Congress. That's good. Again, that we can have a fighting chance for somewhat of a tourism season this summer. But, Madam President, up until now, all of these suggestions by they're really not even neighbors to the north, they're neighbors for us to the east, haven't gotten a lot of cooperation. So this is not the cooperative spirit that has defined the Alaska-Canadian relationship for decades, and quite frankly, we've been disappointed by it. So, to our House colleagues, Democrats and Republicans, you've just kind of witnessed two examples of cooperation. What happened here on the Senate floor just a couple minutes ago is really good cooperation. All 100 senators essentially had to agree to move this bill forward, and they just did. That's what just happened. That's good cooperation. We haven't had such good cooperation from our Canadian neighbors. Disappointing. But look, my own view is we need to start making sure that the Alaska economy is not held hostage to another country. And we're going to start working on that. But until then, to our House members, please, if you can look at what just happened in the Senate, listen to Congressman Young, who you all know is a great advocate. We can get this done in the next 24, 48 hours. Our state, your fellow Americans who are working hard like everybody else here to get out of this pandemic will have a fighting chance.